Hey guys, Sure Shot Midget here. So this is G&G's newest release. This is their Honey Badger, or PDW 15 is what I believe they call it. Now, there's not many videos on YouTube about this, so I'm not 100% sure on what is on the inside of this gun, but I will give my best opinions on it. I've heard some things about it, so I'm just gonna tell you what I heard and leave it open for discussion. So first, we're gonna start from the back. You have the Honey Badger type stock, just like the Aries Amoebas. So you have two positions, all the way out, all the way in. Okay, so I would not shoot it like that, but you could if you wanted to. You could do that for storage, or like if you're in a car or something. So then back here, you're going to be very, very limited to battery space. There's a cap that goes on here. I'm going to be using a stick 7.4 nunchuck, but the only thing that's really going to fit in here is like some sort of special 7.4. Now this actually shoots very, very nicely with the 7.4. So honestly, you don't need to use an 11.1 on this, but a 7.4, you could get away with it. And it actually shoots pretty nice with the 7.4. So then, going to the receiver, you have G&G's ambi selector switch. Okay, you got the ambi charging handle, which when you pull it back, there's the not a standard hop-up. Let me get that clear. Not a standard hop-up. A little bit late. It is a rotary style hop-up. So we're going to put this to the test here. I assume it's the standard G&G green bucking, but a new hop-up. So we're going to see how it runs. You do have the metal body, which has an interesting logo on there. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. Is that a freaking skunk or something? Actually, you know what it is? I think it's a badger. That would make sense, Honey Badger. Freaking skunk. Skunks don't have claws, right? I hope not. Okay, and then we have the ambi selector, ambi mag catch and selector switch. I already mentioned that. Monolithic rail. We have an M-LOK style rail system, again with the monolithic rail on the top. But I believe it comes with 3 or 4 segments, if I'm not mistaken, on the for the rail. Again, M-LOK, so they screw down. And then you have the G&G flip-up sights. They're metal. There's 2 different versions of this. There's this length, and then we have one where the rail goes till about like right here. Okay, so I think the barrel length is the same. It's just the rail length. Now, talking about the internals, it has G&G's new neomagnet motor. I believe it's a 25K, if I'm not mistaken. It's a good motor, especially out of the box. Now, for replacement, I wouldn't recommend it. If you were to go get an aftermarket motor, go get an SHS or ZCI for $30. These motors, I believe, are like 45 to 60, which is just ridiculous. But out of the box, they are fantastic motors. So on the inside, it also has 8mm bearings, which is good, better than the copper bushings. I heard that it has a metal piston and an aluminum piston head. If that's true, good job G&G for that. The Amoebas have had metal rack pistons in their guns for, they've been out for like 4 years, so they've been doing good there. G&G just jumped on the bandwagon, I guess you could call it, the metal rack pistons are good in any gun, honestly. Other than that, it's your basic G&G. It does not have a MOSFET in it. Now, some people have said there are MOSFETs in there. There's no way there's a MOSFET inside of this gun. One, it's not cycle completion. With an 11.1 LiPo, it overspins. You don't get that with G&G's MOSFETs. And 2, there's no space for the MOSFET board to go inside of here. You have the MOSFET, the G&G MOSFETs that use this special type of fuse, and it has that type of fuse. Because there's no way you could fit a standard type fuse in here too. There's no way, so they have the smaller type fuses. So that's no big deal. I mean, G&G worked with what they could. There's no way to get one of their MOSFETs inside of these. There's no way. So if you're going to go upgrade this, honestly, there's probably nothing you could do. If you want to put a MOSFET in here, you could put a small, like, basic MOSFET, but even that's going to take space in your buffer tube. So I believe there's probably going to be an extension for it, a battery housing extension, which would be perfect. So I'm going to plug in this battery. It's a 1200 milliamp 7.4. This is actually a 25 to 50 C. So higher C, still basic airsoft C. And honestly, it shoots really nice. So we're going to go ahead and see how far it shoots and how consistent it is, because I'm not 100% sure, how this hop-up's going to fare. The Amoeba type hop-ups are okay. In some setups, they're trash. and most they're pretty good, but the Aries buckings are dookie. The G&G green buckings are better. And if I'm not mistaken, this does have G&G's brass barrel. I think their metal body guns are coming with brass barrels. And obviously you get their 300 round plastic high cap. So we're going to chrono it first. I'm going to do semi-auto, FPS, and then we'll do the rate of fire on it too. And then we'll see the range. Alright, let's check the FPS and we'll do rate of fire. Okay, so 340, you're good for CTB. Rate of fire, 7.4. Okay, so we don't have much fuses left. 14 rounds a second, that's not bad, honestly. So now we're just going to shoot a few shots down here, and then I'm going to let Brandon shoot it. I do have my light on there, so you might be able to see the BBs. Alright, so we're going to be shooting on a Conquest bucket that's on top of a barrel, and it's about probably 100 feet, maybe 120, probably about 100. Okay, so not a hard shot at all. I hit it a few times already. And as you can tell, I mean, trigger response is really nice. Just to prove that it does not have a MOSFET, I will fire a few shots over here. Okay, see, not cycle completion. With the G&G MOSFETs, it will make a full cycle. And this did not. Now, it's pretty good at making a full cycle almost every time because it's got that torquey motor. Okay, so let's go ahead and shoot a few shots more down range, and then Brandon can take over. I hit it a lot there. Okay, so let's let Brandon shoot it. There's not much in there, so if you want to try full auto, you can. Trigger response is really good. Alright, so I think we're out. Yeah. Honestly, perfect FPS for CQB. Where we play here, it is 380, and there's actually other fields that are up to 400 indoors. So, our state is pretty high as far as the FPS range, because there's a lot of places in California that are 330, and a lot that are 350, which honestly is quite low. I'm used to getting shot with 380, 390 point blank. So yeah, nice looking gun overall. Let's see if the battery got warm at all. Probably not. Seems pretty efficient. Yeah, there's no warmth in the battery whatsoever. So, pretty efficient gun with their new motor. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys later.
What are you looking like?